And Abdi, you know, especially among the immigrant community, and specifically Muslims and the Somalis, there is the election of Ilhan Omar in Minnesota. But also there's a Muslim young lady also from Michigan, that is Rashida Tlaib. How important is this to particularly those who have who are in this country who came from elsewhere?
Big deal. This, first of all, I want to give them a shout out to all of them, because it really takes gut, commitment, and a very determined participation in the American electoral system to even break into that. And Ilhan, who was not born here but actually came from a refugee camp, I mean, this is a very serious leap, and that shows you that immigrants are here to participate, to play a huge role in terms of integrating. And unlike the way they are, you know, presented in the media and other places, immigrants are integrating as much as they have always been integrating all over since this country was established. So I think that sense, not only as an African American, first Muslim, first Somali American elected to Congress, but also the first woman Muslim with another Muslim person. But I think the biggest and the most important thing is that young girls all across Africa, everywhere around the world, can actually look into that and say, yeah, I can actually join the United States Congress and even higher places. So I think that's a huge symbolic value for both the Somali and the African Americans of African descent, especially, and the Muslims, and the fact that that's the best way to go about in participating in this country's opportunities and all that it offers. Yeah,
and another one to highlight, not to forget, there's another gentleman by name Joseph Negusa from California, from Colorado. He's actually a son of immigrants from Eritrea. The parents came here many years ago. They met here, and that's something also very, very significant, I think.
But
you wanted to add something?
These federal races, you also have state and local races where Africans have taken over. I mean, I think you've got Maryland, clearly Minnesota, California, Georgia, where you have people voting in local races, some school board races, some state delegate races, and they've won. So and it's across the country. So it's Delaware. So I think what you're seeing is, this is some call it the feeder team for the party, right?
We spoke to a political scientist from Northwestern University, Alvin Tillery, about Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib's victories, and he said he pointed to American history. He said this is just like the Irish and the Italian and the Jewish, the immigrants who came to America and landed in cities, not just on the East Coast but elsewhere, and after years of being here and growing up here in America, they start to run for office, and then they start winning offices, and it is an American tale of success and how the immigrant community, from all the way back, has built this society, both politically and socially.